Hey there friends, it's me Peter, and welcome to my double feature of days 3 and 4 of my 25 Days of Christmas reviews. My apologies for missing yesterday's video, my friends. I did not film ahead at all, and I had quite a busy day yesterday, which meant I could not film the video last night for you guys. But I have watched 2 movies today, and I am ready to review them with you guys. First, I'm going to review a movie that was recommended by you guys. Now, I'll be honest, this movie I wasn't really looking forward to reviewing, mostly because the Nostalgia Critic had reviewed it a couple years ago, and quite frankly, back then, he wasn't very nice to it. He hated it, as a matter of fact. So, going into this, I wasn't too excited about it, but I figured keep an open mind, it might surprise you. And that movie is 1998's Jack Frost. The movie stars Michael Keaton as a musician named, well, Jack Frost. He is on the verge of making it big as a musician, but unfortunately this causes him to be away from his family for the Christmas season, including his son Charlie, who is really upset that his father would put his career before his family. When Jack realizes that he's making a mistake in leaving his family alone on Christmas, he turns around to head back home, but tragically dies in a car accident. A year later, Charlie builds a snowman that slightly resembles his father, and after playing his father's magic harmonica, the snowman comes to life as his father. The rest of the movie shows Jack trying to connect with Charlie, while at the same time trying to stay cool so he doesn't melt. I tried to go into this movie with an open mind. I really did. I remember seeing commercials for this movie back in 1998, and I really didn't have an opinion on it one way or another, but it just didn't look like a movie that intrigued me at all. And after seeing it this morning, boy, can I tell you my thoughts were right. First of all, why are we supposed to feel sympathy for Jack? He's a jerk. He treats his family awfully, treats his son especially awfully. There's a scene at the beginning where he promises his son he'll be at his hockey game, but instead spends too long at the music studio recording his album. And then, as his family is about to go away from civilization and a cabin for 3 days, Jack gets called away to go speak with a music producer, and he picks that over his family. I'm sorry, your family comes before anything else. Who cares about work? You can always get money elsewhere. Ugh. So again, remind me of why we're supposed to feel sympathy for this guy. Yeah, he turns around and tries going back home, but I'm sorry, that doesn't undo the fact that you put your work ahead of your family, especially on Christmas. That doesn't change that. I'm sorry. This movie was also super predictable. Way in the beginning of the movie, we're introduced to this British guy, Mac, who is the keyboardist for Jack's band. As soon as I saw him, I thought to myself, boy, he's either going to be the love interest or he's going to play some role later on in the movie. Turns out, although he and Jack's wife don't end up getting married, he does become sort of a father figure to Charlie. Totally called it the second I saw him appear. There's also the fact that Michael Keaton sounds completely bored out of his mind when he's playing Jack. And it really was noticeable because the last movie I saw Michael Keaton in was Beetlejuice. And I loved him in Beetlejuice. He was fantastic playing the main character. And it just was such a departure from that role. It didn't even seem like the same actor. There's also this bully character who does a complete 180 for really no reason whatsoever. He's bullying Charlie for most of the movie. All of a sudden he finds out Charlie's dad's been reincarnated and he decides to turn over a new leaf, and one of the last scenes in the movie is them playing hockey together. Why? This doesn't make any sense. You don't just change your character traits like that. This doesn't make any sense at all. So was there any good in this movie? Actually, there is some good. My favorite part of this movie was Henry Rollins playing the hockey coach. I absolutely love this guy. He's the reason I laughed a couple times in the movie. He was just so over the top and just so unbelievable, it was hilarious. The scene that made me laugh the hardest was towards the beginning of the movie, after Jack has been reincarnated as the snowman, where he sees Henry Rollins' character and starts shouting at him. And what does Henry Rollins do? He starts screaming like a baby, backs up and then speeds off, and the next scene you see him, he's talking to a news crew about how a snowman was talking to him. That actually was kind of funny. Also, the fact that 3 of Frank Zappa's 4 children were in this movie kind of intrigued me. Dweezil Zappa, Moon Unit Zappa, and Amit Zappa were all in this movie. And yes, those are the names of 3 of Frank Zappa's 4 children. He was kind of an interesting person. But overall, this was just a bad movie. I would not recommend this movie to anybody. I love how, in my research on this, it was called a heartwarming family tale. I didn't find it heartwarming at all. You know what they should have done to make this a good movie? They should have kept the same generic plot with the father dying before Christmas, but go with that instead. Make the father not be there for Christmas. Talk about the kid and how he and his mom are dealing with their Christmas without the father. And don't make him a jerk. Don't make him this unsympathetic character. Make him a hardworking father who does stuff with his kid. Make us actually feel bad for the kid when the father dies. You know, don't make it the way it was, and do not have the father come back as a snowman. That was just beyond ridiculous. I give Jack Frost a 1 out of 5. You know, that's the second snowman-related movie that I've given a bad rating to. I didn't like Frosty the Snowman last year, and now this year I didn't like Jack Frost. Is there a movie involving a snowman that is actually good? I wonder. Well, in the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos from me, simply click that subscribe button down below. And wait just a few minutes while I get my next review ready. Until then, this is Peter, saying see you later.